Coming up now, the very latest news from Pattaya and Thailand via the fabulous Pattaya Media Group. Please like and subscribe. It helps us and it helps you too.
Yesterday saw the saddest of scenes in recent years in Thailand as a cavalcade of vehicles travelled through Bangkok yesterday evening bearing the remains of 20 mostly unidentified young students along with 3 teachers who all lost their lives in a mystifying but intense coach fire yesterday afternoon. As families provided DNA in an attempt to identify the youngsters, it's now been clarified that the coach burst into flames after a collision with a road-long barrier, possibly following a puncture, and with reports that the driver lost control and may have sideswiped another vehicle previously. That the driver upped and fled has now been well documented by authorities. He has, according to Thai media, now been taken into custody to be interviewed and tested for any substance. A real issue is the speed that the fire spread within the vehicle cabin, the fact that the rear doors weren't open, and just how this single-deck high bus, powered from liquid gas tanks, could have turned into such an inferno so quickly. The midday event saw the coach, one of several transporting youngsters, some of them on their first trips away without parents, on a school day trip from their Udon Thani home. Passers-by were unable to access the vehicle and were driven back by intense heat and flames, which left the interior cabin incinerated, and also, we're told, prevented the rear exit from being able to be opened. Some children did manage to escape, some via windows, before smoke overwhelmed all. The driver simply ran away. The bus was carrying 38 students from kindergarten through to Matayam 3, along with 6 teachers. Interior Minister Anutin attended the scene yesterday along with senior police and emergency chiefs. Those who did escape were being cared for, but for parents the ordeal has only just begun, as before funeral arrangements can begin quickly, as is tradition here in Thailand, each child has to be positively identified. Forensics teams, we're told, were working through the night, as a 7-year-old remained on a ventilator, with 2 others hospitalised with serious burns and a further 13 said to be under hospital care too. A full forensic examination has been ordered on the bus to establish the cause, and it's believed that other vehicles being used by the same company are identical, so can be used too during the investigation. In other news, the debate over casino operations in Thailand appears to be continuing, with the Deputy Finance Minister calling for more side talks intended to support the government's proposal to allow such within complexes which would be fully regulated. Google may be setting up a regional hub for Southeast Asia based in Thailand amid speculation that some 14,000 jobs could be created as a result over the next 5 years. They've revealed plans to invest over $1 billion in the project here during discussions with the Prime Minister this week, and this follows last year's announcement that Google would establish a cloud region in Thailand too. In the north of Thailand, towards Chiang Mai and Rai, and specifically in Mae Sai, locals were last night preparing for more flooding as heavy rains saw rivers rise again, seeing new alerts issued for those living along the Sai River to move away from banks. Meanwhile, at home and in Sattahip, an electric scooter is said to have exploded while being ridden. The owner told fire officers that a loud popping sound was heard before it burst into flames. Blame has been placed on the battery. 15 poker players have been arrested in what's been described as a luxury Jomtien resort. All were taken in for questioning, and police do plan to interview the hotel operators. In some cases, banks are removing ATM machines from outside convenience stores, some of which do not accept scan or card payment, leaving buyers somewhat frustrated. No word from the banks, but there are plans afoot, we're told, for one of the major convenience store chains to introduce scan payments in more and more stores in this region quickly. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 31 degrees, dropping down to 25 in the evening, a day with heavy clouds and the possibility of thunderstorms later in the day.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.